Alright, hello Flopsy. We're just going in to see old Ferdinand. So if you'll recall, Ferdinand was willing to give us a key to the mines if we gave him something that would keep his mind off being lonely. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Mine. Historical value. Well, I found this specialist magazine inside of a giant worm. I'm kind of a girl, so I'm not into that kind of thing. Maybe you'd like this. What's that? Magazine certainly looks like it proved pleasant, distracting in these solitary moments. B to keep a firm grip. No, I have no need for a magazine. I'll gladly take that key. Here's the key. Lock the door on your way out. Sure, we'll lock the door. Alright, so getting that gets us access to a brand new area. The mine. Now, there are no drones in the mine. You're relatively safe. Your only concern are the tribals. There are 16 tribals here. Now I'm gonna switch to fish food. Basically, the mine is just one big maze. That's all it is. Your intent is to just simply rescue all the tribals. Hey, was that the way we entered? Yeah, it was, so. What's this way? Dead end! That's what that way is. Right, so, the mine. There's nothing really here. Like Vela's Mizar Palace run, if you have someone who's playing as Floyd, they can go take a break because you do not need him. There's no enemies to shoot, no enemies to even encounter. So, all you've got are the tribals. So you just gotta look around, make sure you explore every last nook and cranny, and save every single tribal there is. Oh, hold on a sec. You do kind of need your weapons because this. Gotta shoot that. And by hitting that switch, we pull down the lift. So now we can go up and explore more of this mine. You won't see tribals be, like, all concentrated in one area too often. But, yeah. You'll see them roaming around the place. Mining. Being inhumanely treated. Hey, another mole brother. Is there a tribal? Yes, there is. I thought there was one. And there's a dude right here. Hello, you are the third brother we've seen. You guys are great. You're doing a bang-up job. Keep it up. Is that all you say? Is that really all you say? Wow. You're just as useful as the townsfolk in Zelda 2. Seriously, have you guys ever played any of those retro games? Just the people wandering around. The only thing they say, I know nothing. Really? Why would you put someone in a game and just have them say, I know nothing? Or anything else like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Or I'm busy. Or any other random crap like that. Really, why would you make something like that? Program them into the game and serve no purpose. Oh well. There were 2 tribals back there. So that brings our count to 9. I mean, I can suppose for a sense of realism you'd want to put characters, and they may not necessarily help you, but to give them a role of dialogue, just seems strange. Now right here, we have another pad. We've seen drone pads before, but this one is different. For if we hit A while being on it, Vela transforms into a tribal. Yes, we can transform into drones and we can transform into tribals. And I just find it out funny that the tribal has a pistol. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, a tribal with a tri-rocket launcher. Take this, Mizar! It's a shame that we can't escape using that. Well, anyway, there is a use for becoming a tribal. You can't specifically get any tribals. In fact, we're gonna have to be Vela if we want to get every single tribal. But there is something that we do need. And hopefully this place will loop around so that we can actually use it. Just only hope I'm not going in the spot that I need Vela for. Hey, another tribal. Alright, that brings our count up to 12. 4 more to go. There's something more here. In case I haven't kind of hinted at it before. There is something more here than just a tribal platform. We don't need this to get any tribals. In fact, it actually hinders our progress. Oh, shoot. This is where I need Vela. It actually hinders our progress if we try to go on. We will come back to that later. But there is a purpose to being a tribal. Now, I'm not sure if Juno can come here. I know he can transform into a tribal. I know that. But this is the only tribal because of multiplayer mode. I have no idea if I would ever show that off, but who knows. I know that there is a form Juno can take and be a tribal. But, oh, hey. We eventually looped around. But I have no idea if Juno can actually be in the mines, since he can't get the Specialist magazine. Oh well. Hey, dude. Now that we're not Jet Force, just between you and me, Furry, those Jet Force do-gooders want to break up our little party. We do? Having Mizar and Powers is such a bad idea. Okay, yeah, we do. Lots of room for expansion. And you don't mind working for good old Farmer. Okay. Come on, not that bad. You like mining, I like money. It's the perfect partnership. I don't like mining. I prefer shooting crap up. I might even start paying you one day. I have tri-rockets. This is what Jet Force will be after. If I give it to you, can you go and bury it somewhere? Sure thing, boss. I'll take right care of it. And so he gives us a ship part. He's actually in league with Mizar and was planning on burying this somewhere that we couldn't get to. I need to get back to work. You know what? Let me get a little bit away. Hey, Farmer, try rockets! Ow. Oh, wow, I actually got healed right after that. How convenient. Yeah. Farmer. He's a jerk. Those tri-rockets I used, completely worth it. So yeah, you have to be a tribal in order to get that. Otherwise, he's not going to trust you because you're Jet Force. That's the only purpose that the tribal switch does. It gives us a ship part, but that's all it really does. I mean, really, Rare could have done a bit more in using the tribals. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how. I suppose it would be another one, like a blending in, like, I'm not sure if you would need to gather intelligence. In fact, actually, no, that would actually be really good to gather intelligence. Like, oh, well, Ichor is a bit of a meteor, so, like, if there are any coordinates, or where any of the 3 ships would be, or maybe, you need to find, like, a secret password, but you need to be, like, a drone, or a tribal, or something, in order to get the secret information. I mean, I know that there were limited capabilities on the N64, but imagine if Rare remade this game and kind of implemented some of these ideas into it, able to become a drone and be actually able to use it more than just to participate in a mini game or to, what was the other one? To go to a bar. Yeah. And then the tribal one, which is only used here. I mean, there's quite a few ideas. And then even put in extra capabilities for, say, the shocker. Or, we haven't gotten that other weapon yet, but these other weapons. I mean, there could be a lot done. And I know Rare isn't doing too well these days, but just imagine if this is what brought Rare back on the map. If they remade Jet Force and it became just so good that it just brought them back to the scene, to being a major game company. I mean, whether or not that they go back to Nintendo or stick to Microsoft or any of that, I mean, heck, I mean, I would, if I saw that there would be a remake of Jet Force on the 360, I would seriously consider buying the 360 just for that. And yes, if you stay down there, you do get flooded. Yes, they're trying to kill you. So, I mean, I would really like there to be a remake of this game, or a sequel, or something of the sort. Because this could be a really good game, and I have no idea why they put that at 83. I mean, this game was really good. It got good reviews with critics, with a few minor complaints. Players really enjoyed this game. Bonus statue and a couple there we go. But yeah, I mean, good reviews, great feedback from players. It just suffered from horrible sales. But I mean, look what's happened with, say, Okami. I mean, Okami was really, it did not have the best of sales. In fact, it had some of the worst sales of the year, I think. But it was so good. Critics loved it. Players loved it. And what did they do with Okami? They remade it on the Wii, and it became tribal. And it became an even bigger success. And was able to get a sequel, Okami Den. And I actually want to be on this before that goes up. So, I mean, there's... And then there's also games in which there hasn't been a sequel in a while. They weren't really the most popular series, but they're still coming back. And... shoot, I must have missed a tribal somewhere. Oh, crap. Well, that gives me more time to kind of explain my thoughts. But yeah, I mean... there's Kid Icarus. I mean, the game's, at the time of recording this, the game is going to be released pretty soon in the United States. I mean, the last Kid Icarus game was like 1991. I mean, Kid Icarus hasn't been the most popular series. But, I mean, look what happens when you just bring some character, a forgotten character, back. I mean, if it weren't for Brawl, I don't think there would be too many people interested in a Kid Icarus game. But look what happens when you put interest back into it. When you bring a character back into the spotlight. I mean, there becomes interest for the game again. Even if there may not have been as much as there was before. So, I mean, this is just a really great series. There's just very few flaws. Most of the flaws are relatively minor. It's just things that they could have expanded on. I mean, I think most people's general complaint is getting every single tribal. But, you know, I don't find that too much of a problem at all. I mean, it brings a sense of exploration that you have to look around. That you have to check every nook and cranny of the game. And while that can be a little bit tedious, you know, I really prefer exploration type games. Just try to find things. I mean, finding the fish food, finding that one secret in front of the waterfall here, I mean, that was really interesting, and I'd never been able to find those things before. So, I mean, even now, I'm finding things that I normally haven't been able to. And I mean, it just feels so great to just discover new things. I mean, I suppose the tribals dying, that does become a bit of a problem. So it's not quite as exciting when you have to go through the same area over and over again because just one tribal dies, but you know, I wouldn't mind it. If they remade this game, I wouldn't mind having to look over for tribals, even if they put them in new areas. Some new spots. I honestly wouldn't mind. I would love to be able to try to find all the tribals again. Now I'm mildly lost. I have no idea where this last tribal is, so I'm just gonna look around a bit, and once I'll find it, I'll show you guys exactly, like, roughly compared to where everything else it is, so I'll catch you guys when I find it. Found it! Alright, if you want to know where this last tribal is, you go up the elevator that was kind of towards the end of that loop. You head on over this way, and she's right behind the column. Yeah, tricky little tribals. At least that one wasn't as bad as Ichor. Oh, dear. I still have no idea how I was able to miss that one. Oh, well. That was my own error. But that's gonna really do it here. I mean, that's it. This was the last area on Rith Essa that we had really yet to explore. And actually, this was the last normal planet. We've gotten done with pretty much everything else we could do on the normal planets. There's only one thing left that we can do on any of these worlds. And those would be the Floyd missions. So next time on Let's Play Jet Force Gemini, we're going to go through the various worlds, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is that these other Floyd missions are about. Until then.